Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Midday Musing. We're so excited to see you this week.
I am so excited today. We have Tamara with us. Our topic today is dreams and self-discipline. And we have a living example right here with us. And we're going to get to learn from her how to pursue our dreams and the self-discipline that it takes to get those dreams come true. So I'm going to have Rita introduce our guest today.
Yes, it is a privilege and a special honor to introduce Tamara. I've known Tamara for, I think, a couple of years now. Tamara is very, very special. She's a young athlete who has done amazing things in her life. Just to share a little bit about what she has done, Tamara is the head women's basketball coach for the University of Toronto Varsity Blues. She's also a two-time Olympian who played with the Canadian senior women's national basketball team from 2007 to 2016. She's had 2 Olympic Games, attending both the London and the Rio Olympics, 2 Pan American Games, 6 FIBA America Championships, and 2 FIBA World Championships, if that's the right way to say it. Her career is highlighted with a gold medal from 2015 Toronto Pan Am Games, where Canada defeated the United States. Amen. And to claim the first ever Pan Am gold medal in basketball, both for men and women. I also know Tamara as a person, as a friend. Tamara is very humble, very eager to learn, very quick to share and give to other people. I'm very excited that we can share this friendship and we can have her to come and share with us about discipline and what it took for her. She has a bachelor's degree in sports management. She's also interned in UMass athletics department. She has traveled around the world. She's played for different clubs in Finland and Slovakia, Germany, Australia, Russia. I mean, we're talking about she's around the world. She's been there, done that at such a young age and accomplished so many things. I know that's a dream for so many young people, but it came with a cost. It wasn't easy. And today she's there with us to share with us what it took. So Tamara, we're so excited to have you with us. Thank you for agreeing to be on our show, and really appreciate the friendship that we share. And so welcome.
Thank you, Rita.
Wow,
Thank you, Rita.
Tamara, you are such an accomplished athlete. And what was your dream? What are you proud of that you've accomplished? Because you've accomplished so much, but I'm sure it started with a dream. Can you tell our audience what that was?
Yeah, so growing up, my biggest dream was to, like everyone, be successful one day. And I actually decided to play basketball because my brother was playing basketball. And as I kind of grew into the sport, I started to realize that I was pretty good at the sport. So I actually got a 4-year university scholarship to the University of Massachusetts. And my big dream from that was to graduate, because I would have been one of the first in my family to do so. So that was my big dream when I was a kid, and graduate and then see what happens from there. I loved sports, so staying within the sports industry seemed like a no-brainer. Once I graduated from college and joined the national team through an open tryout, I actually made it. And that first year was crazy. But after the first year, I realized that I wanted to be an Olympian. I wanted to be someone that represents the country on the highest level within the sport that I love. So that my dream went from being very small to later on becoming very big. And I wasn't able to accomplish it once, I was able to accomplish it twice.
That's amazing, Tamara. And I'm sure, if you can share with us, with the audience, like what helped you reach your goal? And would you share about the discipline, the mindset and the things that helped you get where you want to be at?
Yes, I could definitely share some of that. So one of the biggest things was discipline, and the other big thing was sacrifice. I had to sacrifice not having a quote unquote normal childhood. I wasn't able to, be at the movies with my friends and hang out with my friends on the weekends or go to these parties and things like that. I was practicing. I was always in the gym. I was trying to become the best basketball player that I could be, and that sacrifice piece took a lot out of me. In becoming pro, I actually played pro for 10 years as well, like Rita mentioned, and that took a lot of sacrifice. I had to be overseas for 8 months out of the year just to be able and just to make sure I came back ready and in shape to play for my country. So I had to sacrifice time away from family, friends. I missed big milestones, but I knew in the end I was going to accomplish a dream that I've been looking up, waiting for so long. So, yeah, it took a lot of sacrifice.
Thanks for sharing that. It sounds like you had a small dream that you were focused on, and that dream snowballed into this huge dream of being the best in your country. Did you experience any setbacks along the way? I appreciate you sharing about the things that you had to sacrifice. Were there any personal setbacks with that dream, or was that, man, I set my heart and then I got the dream?
Yeah. Um, there was always setbacks. There was always like little setbacks because when you think about your journey is never going to be straight line. You can grow up thinking you're going to be a doctor and then you turn into a basketball coach. I don't know. Like there's so
Right.
many different ways that you can maybe get to being a doctor,
Yeah,
and it's never going to be straight line.
sure.
So my path was very windy.
Mm,
I incurred a few different injuries, very minor, but things that set me back.
right.
Um, I wasn't always the one that was playing a lot of minutes, so the anxiety that came to me, like, am I good enough? Is this something that I should be doing? That's a setback. There,
Right.
you had days where you were like, oh my gosh, I don't think I can do this anymore. That's a huge setback. But I know what my goal is, and that's what I want to do. So there's always different setbacks that
Yeah.
come,
Yeah.
but it's how you get out of it that's going to really show the really true measure of who you are as a person and
Right.
what you can endure.
Wow.
Thank you.
Tamara, you're an inspiration. I'm sure that many people who are listening to you are, even already getting inspired by just the fact that, we are going to have setbacks in our life, and life is never a straight line, like you said. Would you be able to tell us the role of mentors in your life, like coaches and mentors? How did it impact you?
It impacted me a great deal. You look up to your coaches, for the most part. They're the ones that are teaching, they're the ones that are helping you along the way. And it's been a very important thing for me growing up and playing professionally. A big piece to my mentors that I've had, they were able to prepare me for what was coming next. And I know one of the biggest pieces for me when I decided to become a disciple, the mentors that I had through that process was huge. And the mentors that I had after the process, including Rita, was huge, is huge for me. So having people in my corner and having people that can continuously help me on a daily basis to not only accomplish my dreams, but continue to do it through God, has been very big and inspiring for me.
Wow, that's awesome. I really appreciate you connecting that it's not so much a thing that you do alone, but through God. So, what are your current dreams and plans?
Yeah, I feel like it's for me in so many ways, it's the beginning all over again. Like I've lived a pretty cool life as an athlete, and I'm now coaching athletes, and I'm now there to help teach, maintain, prepare them. Um, so becoming someone that has to give back and is something that is so important to me because of what my journey has been like. Um, I also feel like my current dreams are not just in basketball, they're in life as well. And whatever that plan is that God has for me, I'm ready to take the step. I'm waiting. And I have no idea what this road is going to look like, but I know it's going to be whatever God plans for me. And those dreams are just, I set them high, and I'm just following him through this time.
Wow. Well, you mentioned a little bit about your faith journey. What would you say the role that it played in you being an athlete? Because I know to be an athlete at such a high level, it takes so much of character. It takes so much of, I don't know, self-denial and just determination and all these qualities, right? So what would you say your faith journey, how did it help you to be able to accomplish that? Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so when I started my pro career, I was having fun, I was doing everything. I was not down the faith path. And I remember coming home one summer, and I was in my living room, and my sister was there, and she was doing a Bible study, and I was like, oh gosh. And I kind of heard some of the things they were talking about. Like, oh, that's interesting, and it drew me into the Bible study. So since then, I started to study the Bible, and that's a year later. I decided to become a disciple. I knew I was down that path, but there's something that needed to take me over the hump to get there. And my faith journey has helped me tremendously as an athlete. I wasn't up thinking about why I didn't score how many points or what's going on. I, I had a great game yesterday, and today it was horrible, but I was giving it to God. I was playing for him, and I knew whatever happened in that game was God's will. So I wasn't stressing out anymore. I was just playing free and this fun sport that I grew up loving. So yeah, that's how it played into my athletic career.
Thank you for sharing that. That's amazing, because Hebrews 12:11 comes to mind when I think about your life. It says, no discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who've been trained by it. And I think about your life, and what I've learned from you is know your dream, even if it's small, it can get bigger, but then don't limit it. Set those dreams high. Like, you wanted to represent your nation. You just didn't say, okay, I just want to be a basketball player. But as God opened the doors, you gave it all, you just went for it. And that's awesome. And there are things that you had to sacrifice along the way to get your dream, but having a dream and a focus helps you get there. And also, you talked about just being mentored so your dreams align with God's dreams for you. So then the stress of not being good enough, or the stress of failure that might come in the way, it doesn't have, you understand that that's going to be unpleasant, but I am still aligned with God's will. So thank you so much for your life. And we will be praying and cheering you on as you continue to coach the next generation and be a great leader in
Thank you so much.
this time.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
I love it. I love it. I love the part when you said coach the next generation and be the leader. I truly believe, Tamara, that you are going to be a leader to many hundreds, thousands, millions, who knows, just from all the things that you have experienced, and now you can impart to other people. And I love how sincere and humble you are. And I really appreciate that about you. And it's very inspiring for us. And, for the young people who think that when they have dreams, then they can actually go after it. So anyways, we're coming to the conclusion of our Midday Musing. I want to thank the viewers for your encouragement, love, and support as usual. Please do subscribe to us in our YouTube channel and share on Facebook to anybody who you think this is going to be inspirational, because that is our goal during this time of pandemic, to inspire people all around us on a weekly basis. So we are going to be meeting you again next time. And until then, bye-bye from all of us.
Bye.
Bye.